All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Darby MacWilliam. Oh, gosh. And I'm really excited to be completing my BA in Health and Community Services with you all here today. So I completed my practicum with BC Easter Seals, and here's my presentation on increasing the diversity among Easter Seals campers. Oh, just kidding. Let's make that full screen. There we go. All right. So BC Easter Seals operate 3 fully accessible residential summer camps throughout BC, one in Squamish, just north of Vancouver, one in Shawnigan Lake, just north of Victoria, and one in Winfield, just outside of Kelowna. These camps are specifically for children aged 6 to 18 and young adults 19 to 29 living with physical or mental disabilities. The goal of the project I worked on was to find a way to diversify the population of campers attending BC Easter Seals camping programs. The diversity of campers' needs and abilities is required in order to ensure adequate care ratios so that camp is a safe and fun place to be. In 2012, Easter Seals began charging a fee for service. Up until this year, a week at camp was free of charge for families. The current fee is $550 for children and youth and $750 for young adults. However, families that use the Ministry of Children and Family Development Autism Services funding are eligible to directly bill the fee of camp to the ministry. This has led to an increase in the population of campers living with autism and a decrease in diversity of disabilities. So the question I was tasked to answer, how do you maintain a diverse population of campers when other disabilities are not provincially funded? What did I do in my practicum to address this? I researched and analyzed camper data within the Easter Seals database. Using my skills in inquiry and analysis, I researched specific disabilities to create percentages of disability populations attending camp. I also collaborated with community organizations, services, and societies supporting individuals with disabilities using my skills in community development and capacity building to further promote Easter Seals camps. I assessed and reported on the gaps of communication and the barriers of accessibility in accessing services using my skills in written and oral communication. I also assisted in recruiting new families by holding a family camp weekend at Camp Shawnigan for families to get a taste of summer camp. This provided me with the opportunity to work on my ever-developing skills in program planning and project management. Lynn's nodding away at me there. Some of my key findings throughout my practicum were that I feel as though I really only scraped the surface of this large, multifaceted issue that Easter Seals is facing, and I found that the challenge of diversifying the camper disability population is truly rooted to the available funding through the Ministry of Children and Family Development for autism services over other disabilities. I also received feedback from Community Living BC when I marketed the adult camps to their community liaisons that Easter Seals promotional material is quite juvenile, specifically their slogan of giving children abilities. In my opinion, if the society is going to continue offering services for adults, this should be updated to be applicable to everybody using their services. I also discovered that Easter Seals are only offering their resources and camper applications in written English. And again, in my opinion, I think that they may want to consider making these applications available in different languages, including Braille, large font, and even audio. Quick look at my references. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Betty Taylor for supporting me throughout my practicum, and also Lynn Davis for always pushing me to do my best throughout this BA program. And all of you, thank you for listening.
Well, thank you. I'm just going to say that I'm personally biased here. My daughter has attended this camp for many years, and it is absolutely, the Shawnigan Lake one, it's absolutely fantastic. Mike.
Thank you. You would have seen a video clip of a person named Oliver who's also been associated with this Easter Seals camp. My question to you, Darby, is why is it now the case that there is an admission charge for this service when for so many years it has been free?
Yeah, so we sat around at a table and we were trying to figure out how we can make this service sustainable. And so up until 2012, the Easter Seals was running off of grants and private donations. And as the recession hit, grants were coming less and less and private donations were becoming less and less. And so a fee was one of the most ways that we could continue to offer the program and keep it sustainable, especially without having to close down one of the 3 camps.
Because my understanding is also in the past there had been some dubious operation within Easter Seals in which a person had been, I think, certainly alleged to have actually mismanaged funds.
With BC Lion Society, yeah. Yeah.
Which, just completely took away so much of the resource base that they were operating with for years to allow this to be free.
Yes, definitely. Thanks, Michael.
Any other questions? I think the other question I was going to ask actually is in terms of extending it to youth beyond 19, because that's a relatively recent phenomenon. So again, that must have added hugely to the cost of running the program by adding these kids.
It did. It was also one of being able to offer the young adult program was one of the first programs that we charged for, and we ran it strictly at the end of summer off volunteers, and we decided after doing that for a year that it was just not sustainable, but there was a high demand for it. And so if we were able to continue offering this young adult program, we needed to make it more inclusive and offer it at all 3 camps and be having it for a longer period of time than just a few days at the end of summer.
Good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.